going on, Jerome's? It's a beautiful Thursday. Birds are chirping and stuff. And the NFL schedule officially dropped last night, but really leaked out before noon is what it is. So whenever the schedule drops, it's fun to go through and be like, that's a win, dog. That's a loss. And then tally up how you think the team is going to do. Now, again, I fully understand that we are not everyone's cup of tequila. And it's so funny. So new viewers that come in, they don't get the bit. They'll piss and moan. It's like, I've been a Vikings fan for 42 years, and why don't you be realistic? Shut up. That's all, man. Like, again, fully understand we're not for everyone. And honestly, if you're mad about it, just go somewhere else. I mean, if you want full on negativity, there's lots of other outlets. Just go there. Like, honestly, that's one of the reasons why I kind of want to keep the channel small, is that because it is definitely quality over quantity. So honestly, if you're not going to buy into the bit, just cut it out. Deuces. See ya. So first up, it's at the Giants, Meadowlands. Daniel Jones, Malik Neighbors, Brian Daboll, Joe Shine trying to hang on to their jobs. And I don't know, man. First game, Kevin O'Connell trying to get revenge for the wild card loss a couple years ago. And who's going to be starting quarterback, right? So is it going to be JJ? Is it going to be slinging Sam Darnold? And of course, Justin friggin' Jefferson. Hopefully, he's going to be weighed down by buttloads of money in his buttload is an official measurement in his pockets with that long-term extension. But it's kind of fun. It is kind of fun opening the season in New Jersey. Now, that turf is garbage and always will be, and it's probably the worst stadium in the league. But other than that, I think the Vikings do go march in to New Jersey and come out with a win. So they are indeed 1-0 on the season. Nailed it. Now, again, I'm a spreadsheet jockey, but I don't know all of the equations. I know this is a really easy one to do the record as I type in, like, if W, then 1. Don't care. Next up, week 2, home opener against the San Francisco 49ers. So Brock Purdy, the alleged reigning defending NFC champions, with Debo and McCaffrey and Ayuk and Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall is coming in. It's going to be tough. I mean, Niners on defense are still stout, and they probably should have won the Super Bowl last year, but they didn't. Got him. Also, so I want to know, again, go back to the Super Bowl. So half of the Niners players didn't know the overtime rules in the playoffs. If they would have scored a touchdown on the opening drive in overtime, would they have celebrated like they won the Super Bowl? And then looked like horses' asses when the confetti wasn't falling? I kind of wish we could have been able to see that. Again, Kyle Juszczyk, who went to Harvard, which is not Winona State, the Harvard of the Midwest. He said he didn't know the overtime rules. Now, again, we're trying to take off our Homer hat, just trying to appease all the haters and the losers. But this one's going to be tough. This is going to be tough. San Francisco's going to be motivated. They want revenge. They want vengeance. And even though it is a home opener, all right, so we'll say the Vikings open up 1-1. Sort of is what it is. Next up, week 3, Texans are going to be tough too. CJ Stroud is that dude. And yeah, it's the Danielle Hunter, Stephon Diggs Bowl. You know, they're going to be amped up early on in the season. So Diggs will actually be interested in not tweeting out nonsense probably at this time of the year. Also, it's a chance for Gennard and Gennard, Cashman, Grugier Hill, Jihad, as well as Shaq Griffin. We have so many freaking former Texans. Get a shot at their old team, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, good teams all along this schedule, and it is what it is. And by this time, like, again, who's gonna be starting? Is it gonna be Darnold? They're still gonna roll with Darnold. Like, how long is his leash? Does he have until the bye week to prove that he can do a little something? Or is it McCarthy out of the gates? Is it trial by fire? We'll see. The greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers early on in the season. Now, it's kind of nice getting the Green Bay game out of the way early, so weather is not a factor later on in the season. Although, again, the Vikings were the original weather team. Back when they played at Met Stadium, Bug Grant, come on, man. But the Packers, yes, everyone's all up on their ass because of Jordan Love. Everyone, blah, 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 14-year-old boy, blah, 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 blah. Don't care. Do not care. And also, I don't care who's under center either. Oh, when the Vikings go into Green Bay and whoop some ass. That's right. Getting to 2-2 on the season before heading across the pond. Dun, 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 dun. A Rumbird Bones, Calcium Sun. So Bo Neva leader of the Jets for now. Again, the Vikings and the Jets renewing the dumbest rivalry in sports history. And oh, by the way, it was so funny how many people didn't get the Dalvin Cook joke from yesterday, because so in the video when we were talking about how they had announced the London game, the Vikings versus Jets, I'm just like, oh man, I hope that the Vikings could shut down Dalvin. Hopefully he rushes for 0 yards. People were just actually, Dalvin is a free agent. He was on the Ravens last year. He's no longer an employee of the Jets. Again, I honestly kind of want this channel just to stay the same size, because I just love entertaining myself. Not gonna lie. All right, so the Jets in London. Jets defense is going to be legitimate. Offensively, I'm still not buying into that O-line, and I don't think that it's going to gel early on into the season. Yes, they do have talent, but will they form a cohesive unit? I have my doubts. I think the Flores get some heat on Boniva, and Bird Bones crumbles, and the Vikings get to the bye week at 3-2. Now, early bye week kind of sucks. Ideally, you'd want it later on in the season. And as we said, again, the league sort of screwed the Vikings in that the bye week is right next to Thursday Night Football, so you have that mini bye in the same month in October. But nah. Then week 7, hosting the Lions. It's going to be a big-time game. And the Lions are going to be tough until they start losing players because they can't afford to pay them because of the cap. Hey, I was told that the cap was not a myth. When the Vikings had Kirk Cousins, the Vikings are going to lose Justin Jefferson because of the Kirk Cousins contract. Shut up. Shut your face, shut your mouth. Vikings get to 4-2 in the season. Really good at math. So hold and serve at home. Happens. Short week out in LA, the Rams. Rams are going to be good. Even without Aaron Donald, the Rams are going to be good. And it is the Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell Bowl, but, so tough. After a big-time emotional home division win against the Lions, Vikings come up just a little bit short in La La Land, moved to 4-3 on the season, but still, you're feeling good about things. You're feeling aight as you head into November. Colts at home. Anthony Richardson is a bad dude. He is a bad man. Also, Latu on that defensive side of the ball. Latu versus Turner, the top 2 edge rushers in this class, going at it. But I think the Vikings do find a way to get it done. Hold serve at home. They move to 5-3 on the season, heading into a 3-game road trip, and between weeks 8 and 12, they have 4 out of 5 games on the road, and then it flip flops for the home stretch after week 13. So in Duval, I don't know which Jaguars team are going to get. And I want to buy into Trevor Lawrence, except he hasn't made that leap. I don't know that if he's the future franchise guy. And also Doug. Doug was supposed to be the quarterback whisperer to get the most out of Trevor Lawrence. And 2022 was fine. 2023, yeah. But I think the Vikings march down to Northeast Florida and get a win and move to 6-3 on the season. Vikings at the Titans. So we rank this as our 1-1 trip in terms of ranking the road games, not counting London because that's a separate thing. Nashville in November, weather is still aight. Music is great. The beers are cold. The barbecue is fantastic as well. So, yeah, head down to Nashville. But Vikings at Titans, hey, their offensive line should be good to go. Love me some Bill Callahan, but okay, no Derrick Henry, check. They got Calvin Ridley, bet, and also Tyler Boyd, congratulations. But Will Levis, we're gonna be after that ass, man. We are going to be absolutely after that ass. And Jeffrey Simmons, hopefully he doesn't live in the Vikings backfield, but the Vikings Road Warriors and get another win, move to 7-3 on the season. November 24th. So the Bears could be looking ahead to their Thanksgiving matchup against the Lions, but the Bears. First crack at Caleb Williams or Rome Odunze. I think the Bears season could go either way. The Bears may start out hot and pan out on some of that hype that the media is shoving up their ass, or they could just fall flat and be the Bears. But I don't know, the Vikings. That was such a weird thing about Soldier Field, right? And I think that this will be a game of attrition. I think that McCarthy will be in by this point if he didn't start the season. So it will be a showdown between the rookie quarterbacks, and I think both put on a show. And also, McCarthy being a Chicagoland area kid, this is a bit of a homecoming for him. But I think the Vikings do take a tumble here in division on the road, move to 7-4. Again, hey, who's sipping the purple Kool-Aid? Just taking a line of it. Start off December at home against the Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, the Vikings have this awesome tour of a bunch of the rookie studs. It's going to be great. So the Cardinals coming into US Bank Stadium, I think that Brian Flores finds a way to make Kyler play left-handed and basically take away Harrison Jr. and Michael Wilson going to burn you? Nah. Vikings move to 8-4 on the season. Random mouse after beating the Cardinals. And then, of course, it's time for Kurt versus the Vikings. That's right. Revenge game narratives, all that stuff. Kurt returns to US Bank Stadium now. I don't know how Vikings fans are going to react to Kurt, because I feel like a significant portion of the fan base always thought that he was just a money-grubbing mercenary. And he values loyalty, but if some other place valued loyalty more, he would go to that place. But I don't know. I feel like he was eyed for a hot stretch. I feel like his family endeared themselves to the great state of Minnesota. So little cheer at the beginning, and then boo, boo. All the boos, man. But I think the Vikings actually boat race the Falcons. The Falcons' offense is going to be decent. That defense has no pieces. And Raheem Morris, I love Raheem. He is indeed him, but there's no talent on that side of the ball outside of Jesse Bates. So, and Terrell. Yeah, but yeah, I think the Vikings put up numbers. I think the Vikings beat the Falcons for the second year in a row. Then Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. So this could be the dark mode game. Do the Vikings have all black uniforms? I guess we'll find out. Or are they just going to shut the lights off and give everyone flashlights? Who knows? Also, who knows? But Vikings avenge the earlier loss to the Bears, and the Vikings get it done at home in their lone home primetime game, moving to spicy 10-4 on the season. Seahawks, whatever. Always on the road against the Seahawks. Moved to 10-5. Last two games of the season. So you got the Packers at home, and then you're at the Detroit Lions. But the Vikings, they bring it. They bring that heat, man. So we're going to say the Vikings hold serve at home, take care of the Packers. They drop one on the road against the Lions. The Lions may be fighting for a playoff spot at this time. So the Vikings rolling into the postseason at 11-6. Is that enough to contend for the NFC North? I think it certainly could be. But at minimum, they'll be in the thick THICC of the wild card race. And again, this is not out of the realm of possibility. And also the Vikings, starting out 1-2, everyone would be like, "Oh, the sky's falling. Oh, Lordy me." But I think this is a team that's going to improve every single week. I think that a lot of new pieces on defense are going to take time to gel, but they're going to bring heat and pressure all over the place. I do think that I sort of changed my mind. I think it's 60-40 that McCarthy starts now. And I think that he's going to check all the boxes, go step by step, earn the job, and I think that he's going to get better every single week and distributing the football to all these weapons. I think the Vikings will put up points. I think the Vikings will bring heat on the opposing quarterback, and the move to 11-6 and get in the dance, you got a chance. Kind of like it, man. Kind of like it. But your thoughts are thoughts. 2024 Vikings record prediction. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.